Hello everyone. My name is Viridiana, and in this video I will share my reflections about the connection between language and culture, and how the English language impacts our Mexican context. Understanding this relationship helps us understand not just the language, but the society behind it. One of the most important ideas is that language and culture are inseparable. A language shows how people think, how they express emotions, how they solve problems, and even how they build relationships. When we learn a new language, we also learn new cultural rules, how to greet, how to be polite, how to agree or disagree, and how to show respect. This means that teaching English is not just teaching words. It is teaching perspectives and behaviors that come from a different cultural world. To understand English today, it helps to know where it comes from. English is originally a Germanic language brought by tribes like the Angles and Saxons, but later it was heavily influenced by French after the Norman conquest. This added thousands of Latin-based words to English. That is why English has double vocabulary, simple Germanic words like house, water, child, and more formal Latin words like residence, hydration, and infant. This mix makes English rich, flexible, and global. Because English received so much Latin influence, it shares many words with Spanish. These are known as cognates, information/information, culture/cultura, family/familia, etc. For Mexican learners, this is a big advantage because students can understand or guess meanings. But it can also cause problems with false cognates like actual, which means real, not actual, or embarrassed, which is not embarazada. Still, these linguistic connections create a bridge that makes English more familiar. In Mexico, English has a strong presence in daily life. We hear it in music, see it in movies and video games, and use it in technology. Apps, websites, devices, and social media are mostly in English. We also see it in tourism, advertising, job requirements, and even in casual expressions young people use, like random, crush, wow, or sorry. This influence shows how global English has become, and how it shapes modern Mexican culture. But this influence goes both ways. Just as English shapes us, our Mexican culture shapes how we learn English. Mexican communication is warm, indirect, and polite. English communication is direct and concise. Because of this, students sometimes misunderstand tone or feel that English sounds cold or too direct. Mexican families also value togetherness, responsibility at home, and respect for authority. This can be positive, but it sometimes limits student autonomy or the time they have to practice English outside the classroom. Our context gives us both advantages and challenges. Advantages. We have high exposure to English through music, movies, and internet content. Spanish and English share vocabulary, helping students learn faster. Many students are motivated by travel or job opportunities. Challenges. Pronunciation differences are difficult for many learners. Students rarely practice with native or fluent speakers. Fear of making mistakes can stop participation. Mexican indirect communication contrasts with English direct style. Recognizing both sides helps us teach more effectively. My personal opinion is that learning English in Mexico requires cultural understanding just as much as linguistic knowledge. Students need to know why people communicate the way they do in English-speaking countries, not just memorizing grammar rules. When teachers include cultural comparisons, authentic materials, real-life situations, and reflection activities, students connect more deeply with the language. English does not replace our Mexican identity, it expands it. It gives us tools to understand the world while valuing who we are. To conclude, English impacts Mexico by offering access to global communication, information, and opportunities. And at the same time, our Mexican values, traditions, and social behaviors shape how we learn and use the language. Understanding this relationship helps us become better learners and educators. Thank you for watching.